Tying up the caddis larva. Great little simple pattern for the spring when you start seeing those caddis really come to the surface. We'll start off here with a Firehole 315 size 14 with a tungsten black nickel 2.0 millimeter bead. The thread I'm using today is going to be 70 Denier in olive. We'll start off by putting a little thread down on the hook shank. Cut off our tag end. I spin that bobbin to flatten out my thread so it lays nice and flat. For my first material, it's going to be a vinyl ribbing, mid-sized, in olive. Go ahead and grab that material and start tying it in. See how my thread is really flat, and when it's flat like that, it likes to go back to the bend of the hook and catch that material very well. So go ahead and finish tying it in here. Making a little tapered body for it. Taper doesn't have to be anything drastic because your vinyl ribbing will cover most of it up. But give it a little bit of taper. Go ahead and take that vinyl ribbing and work its way back up to the bead with touching wraps. You're going to want to keep this pretty tight so you can lay it pretty flat and it all has one consistency all the way through. This material is pretty tricky to work with just because it's so slick, but it's pretty manageable. So making some progress here. Once we get to the bead, go ahead and tie it off. I like to tie it off a couple wraps on the inside, a couple wraps on the outside to really get that material trapped in. When you're trapping it down, make sure you keep it pretty tight. I'm letting it loose a little bit here, but when I'm trapping it, I'm pulling it pretty tight. And we'll go ahead and snip that off there. And of course, I caught my finger on my thread, so it's a little stringy. The next material I'm going to use is going to be a black Peacock semi-seal dubbing. We'll go ahead and build a little dubbing noodle. Go ahead and tie that in. Pulling my fibers back just so I don't trap any down, and put a bunch of fibers to the front of the fly. It's looking a little bit too buggy here, so we'll get that taken care of here in a minute. Throw a little whip finish on it. I like to take 3 to 4 wraps on my whip finish. Gets it locked in pretty nice. Whoops, didn't mean to snap it off, but it'll work for us. So we'll take care of that little bit out of hand dubbing. We still want the fly to look pretty buggy. Those caddis larvae have lots of nice legs, so well, that's the caddis larva. Thanks guys for watching. See you on the next one. Fish hard.